Thank you. So I'm Natasha, call me Tasha. I'm the founder and CEO of WeIntervene. WeIntervene was built on the premise that if we track, manage, and monitor and share resources and opportunities with students and their families, we could actually know the impact that we're making, not only today, not only tomorrow, but habitually over the whole course of the school year. And everyone is going to be informed. That being said, my background is in education. I got a couple of masters. I aspired to be a principal. Currently, I'm into technology myself, and I also have an archery business out of New York City. So I really do care about opportunities and resources being brought into the lives of our Black and Brown kids, and especially our urban kids. What's the issue? So in general, student support staff are those people who are school counselors, social workers, and family coordinators, family-facing staff. That being said, it's often one of them to around 500 kids. It could be 200 sometimes, but imagine these students and their families, and everyone needs something. During COVID, it was really hard to figure out the resources and services to get to some people in time, like pantry help or tutoring help. And it's just because there's no centralized way of doing this. With WeIntervene, an online application, we do allow all the student support staff to be able to call, text, email, parents and students, and then also have the two-way communication. We also allow the school administrators to have privy into the work that's being done as it relates to outreach and engagement data. The web application is in its alpha mode. We started last year around July 2020. I'm happy to say that we have a pilot version out with centralized database information, communication platform, knowing your shares and follow-ups, and the dashboard. Currently, we are in our basically pilot stage. According to our go-to-market timeline, we're right where I would like to be with getting around 20 demos shared with students, support staff, and the people who lead them, right? One of the things that we're looking to do is to confirm 5 schools purchasing the application by end of June. Market size happens to be very big. The school market is like, everyone's getting into it, right? But I am really focused on the DOE because we are the largest school system in the United States. And that being said, by being able to have a focus on this market and all the connections that I have currently, I'm looking to build out my pipeline with the people I have met over the past 6 to 7 years. When I look at the New York City market, I also look at it in a way that we will sell according to what other LMS, learning management systems, are doing, with setup fees, with per student costs. We will definitely also have professional development costs. And so one of the things that we're looking at now is a lot more connections with school leaders, such as principals, directors, folks who know the importance of keeping track of impact and data along this process. I have a strong team. I'm actually a full stack web developer myself. I do not code out this project, but I can. But I found a team out in India that I work closely with to ensure that the application is built to the guidelines that we need for the DOE. I have my advisors. Kathy knew me for 8 years. Neil met me through a common friend who knew me for 6 years. Lisa's here. She's online. And I have Rhonda. So other than that, I'm here. I'm excited. If you know of school leaders who will want to get in touch with me about this impact in the lives of students and families, I would love to connect with them. At this time, I will just take Kate's question, but I'm really happy you all are here. Thank you.
Fantastic, Tasha. Thank you. One quick question I have for you is, I know you're focusing right now on New York City. And so what is it about New York City that, obviously you're located there, but what in particular, is there anything particular about that market that lends itself well, or how are you thinking about market expansion from there?
So I'm sorry, say the question again, how I'm thinking about markets.
If there's anything in particular, I know you're focused on New York City now, if there's anything in particular about New York City in terms of your own value add.
So New York City is actually the spot where I came out of teaching as an educator. So I picked New York City just because I've had long-term relationships with some of the supervisors, superintendents, and the teachers here. I know that in order to get the other markets, I do have a stepwise process of I'm looking highly at the markets that are the largest school districts in the United States, and usually they are part of the Great City Council of Schools. And I don't know if I answered your question, Kate.
You did. It's great. Fantastic. Tasha, thank you so much.
Okay. I'm sorry for not showing the other. I had this whole screen. I'm sorry I didn't see it.
I didn't want to interrupt you. It's better to I know, but you were flowing and everyone can view your deck later, so it's perfect. But thank you, and it was clear anyways, so that's fantastic.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Tasha.